Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here, playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I was wondering if I would need to make like a full game collectibles guide. Luckily, a lot of the things you need are going to be built into the game, so instead of showing you where each collectible is, I'm going to explain to you how they work, the fastest ways to get them, and then what you can do with them once you get them. So first off, there's a total of 54 collectibles that are separated into 4 different categories. There's 6 Vantage Points, 12 Ancient Vessels, 30 Metal Flowers, and 6 Banuk Figures. On top of that, each type of collectible also has 3 different sets, and you can complete sets, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So these 54 collectibles are going to be spread out across the entire map, but luckily you can buy maps to show you where on the map you will be able to find each type of collectible. And the first opportunity you'll get for this is to buy them from the vendor at the gate, but you can also buy the maps from any of the vendors at the Meridian, and there's a whole bunch of vendors that will sell them later on in the game. So as long as you're progressing, you'll eventually come to a vendor who sells maps of the collectible locations, and at that point, all you'll need to do is buy them, and they're really not that expensive. Once you buy them, they'll be put on your map, and it's as simple as visiting all of the map locations in order to grab all the collectibles. But there is a lot of complexity behind them, what they do, how you get them, and all of that stuff, so let's get into that. First off, we have our 6 Vantage Points. These ones are very simple. Essentially, there's going to be a point, like an outlook, and you're going to need to reach that point, typically by climbing up a little bit of a platforming section. You need to find the proper stuff to climb. Once you reach the top, you're going to click the button and get the vantage point. Next up, we have our 12 Ancient Vessels. These ones are going to be working similar to the flowers we had. Essentially, you'll go into the radius on the map and search for them. Luckily, these ones are going to be pretty easy because at any point we can bring up our focus and look around for ancient debris, as all of the vessels are inside of that debris. Once you find it, it's just a matter of running up to it, scanning it, and making sure you pick it up. The next type of collectible is the Metal Flower. There are 30 of these, and that's over half of the 54 total collectibles in the game. On this one, all you're going to have is a large radius with an icon in the middle, and the flower can be anywhere within that radius. It'll show up with a large purple light above it, but there's no way you can use your focus to scan to make it faster. So just keep looking in the area until you find it. Usually they're pretty easy. Last but not least, we have our 6 Banuk Figures. These ones are also pretty easy. Essentially, you'll go to your map and select them. Once you're inside of the radius, you're going to look for a large symbol, usually on the side of a cliff, and there's going to be a way that you can scale the mountains to get to the top of that cliff. And somewhere in that rough area, you'll find this little figure, which is like a small animal, and you just pick it up. Now you might be wondering why you're getting these collectibles. Good question. Now there's a total of 8 trophies. You'll get 4 for each type, the first one you pick up of each type, and then you'll get another 4 trophies when you complete all of each type. So that's a total of 8. And other than that, you might be wondering if they're useless, and they're actually not. They're going to be super useful for you to grab as soon as possible, because you can actually take all of these items, go to the Meridian, and trade them with the special vendors that are looking for them. Small catch here is that the vendors only want the full sets, so they'll only take the set of 2 Banuk figures for 1 prize. And that's where the little collectibles screen comes in handy, and you can see the sets and how they're organized. Essentially, you need to completely fill up a box, and it actually matters, you know, which collectible you pick up matters here. It's not just random, and it doesn't fill in order. Each one has a special slot, and you have to fill up a box, and then you can trade that with a vendor for a prize. Usually it's a box, and you can open that box up, a treasure box, and it depends what's inside. Sometimes it's better than others. For example, on screen you can see I basically just got a ton of modifications for trading in 2 of the really easy Banuk figures. And that's more or less it, the ins and outs of the 54 collectibles in Horizon Zero Dawn. To recap, there's 4 different types. Each type has 3 different sets. Collect those sets by buying maps. Once you finish a set, go trade it in with the vendor who wants it, and you get rewarded on top of the trophies you've already been unlocking. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope the video was helpful. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Special thanks to Drop Dead Artemis and Darth Dave 89 for supporting on Patreon. And hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.